Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, we have the new battle pass. Starting in the next couple of days. Yes, Wargaming gave it a month off to redo the battle pass, as we all know. So they skipped April, but the battle pass is coming back in May, which is literally in a couple of days time. So also the thing that is coming back is the AE phase 1. Yes, my original video of the new battle pass, I wasn't sure whether this tank was coming back. It didn't show the tank at all, didn't show the crates at the end or anything like that, but I have had confirmation from Wargaming that this tank is returning in the battle pass. Now we're going to talk about the tank, what the tank's like, and how hard it actually is to get the tank, and why this is actually probably the rarest tank in the game right now. So the AE phase 1, it is an American tier 9 collectible tank, and you can only get this tank in the battle pass. Now, how do you get this tank? If you've been living under a rock for the last couple of years, the battle passes have always been 80 levels. It's always been 80 levels. If you complete the battle pass right at the end of the 80th level, you can then start opening crates. Well, of course, you have to try and earn the things you need to open crates. So each battle pass, you can really only open, I think it's like 3 crates, unless you pay for gold. Of course, yeah, it's not a lot of people have got this tank. Look at Droodles. He's stated a few times that he spent a lot of money trying to get this tank. And one word of advice: do not spend money trying to get this tank. Honestly, you're going to waste your money. Because why is this tank so rare? Why has not many people actually got this tank? For this pure simple fact that most crate tanks, you normally sit around 5% drop rate. Normally it's around 5% drop rate, sometimes even lower, like 2 or 3% drop rate for a tank. Now this is pretty much one of the lowest drop rates in Blitz history. Yeah, it is literally 0.01% chance to get this tank. Yes, you heard that right. I've said this before, and some people have tried correcting me, saying, Meadsy, it's not 0.01, it's 0.1. No, that's wrong. It's 0.01% chance of getting this tank. So if you've got this tank, you are one lucky son of a bitch, because it's not often that you're gonna get this tank if you buy crates, or if you're lucky enough to get it even for free. But overall, it's a nice tank. It really is a nice tank. It's like an E5 kind of thing, the T95 E6, but a tier below. So when you come up against tier 8s, you've actually got quite a strong tank. I mean, this game here, we've managed to block 2,300 damage, and we end on 4,200 damage. So not bad at all. It was only a first class. Now, this tank isn't that difficult to ace because no one is playing the tank. I mean, literally, no one's playing the tank. So it's one of those that I don't think will ever come back. Maybe Wargaming, I don't know if they... I think it will be unfair at this point for the people that have spent so much on these crates. I mean, that's stupid. Droodles, I would say it to his face, like, you're stupid for trying to even attempt to get this tank with the low drop rate that it's got to spend. I mean, if you've got a few K gold, okay, fair enough, it's a few K gold that maybe you've got from videos or whatever, but to actually spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds to try and get this tank is silly. It's stupid, absolutely stupid. Don't try and do it. You'll be wasting your money unless you are literally one of the luckiest guys in the world. And I mean that because you've got more chance of winning the lottery than you do the Euro Millions than you do in winning this tank. So yeah, what would you prefer, to win the Euros, or would you prefer to win a tank? I know exactly what I would prefer, to win a tank. I'm joking. So yeah, it's a nice tank. I would like to see it eventually for sale, but as I've just said, I do think then that you might have that argument if Wargaming take this out of the crates and sell it. I think a lot of people might be unhappy with the people that have got it, especially because, you know, not many people have got it. They're very lucky to have this tank. Just like people that had the IS-6 Fearless back in the day. They were the best players in the game, and they won the tank through events that were very, very hard to do. Then when Wargaming put it in, they accidentally sold it. A few people, including myself, managed to get the tank through the gift store, and then they got it into ratings. And I think, you know, Wargaming could have just done a different tank. I don't think the IS-6 Fearless should have gone into ratings at all, because it just like defeats the event object that people got the tank back in the day, sort of 7-8 years ago. And now the tank for them is worthless, because people, if they play the tank, if these people are still playing 4 Diesel, Sten, Zenodium, I think even Fatness, they got the tank through hard work. And now to see a lot of people playing the tank, not through hard work as such, but more through spamming ratings. They don't even have to be a great player. As long as you spam ratings enough, then eventually you'll be able to get the IS-6 Fearless. So, but back in the day, if you see someone in the IS-6 Fearless, you automatically knew they were a fantastic player. And it was a tank that you never ever saw. You never saw it in game. Very, very rarely you would see an IS-6 Fearless in a game. Now, that's still true. Like, you don't see them as much in the game now, but you'll see more of them now than you would back in the day, and you'd see more IS-6 Fearlesses now than you would an AE Phase 1. So yes, I would love for Wargaming to sell the tank, because it is a very rare tank that I don't own. Of course, I'm not stupid enough to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on these silly crates. I like the initial idea, like put a rare tank in the battle pass. That's fine. I don't mind the idea of what they're doing, even with the low drop rate. I don't mind that at all, because the people that have got the tank, that they could be considered very, very lucky, very, very lucky. But of course, I do want it to come back for my own selfish reasons, and of course Droodle's is selfish reasons, and other people's selfish reasons, because obviously they want the tank. It's a good tank, it's a good tier 9 tank that is extremely rare at the moment. So do I think it will come back? I do think eventually Wargaming, just like they did with the Fearless, they put the Fearless, the IS-6 Fearless, in the ratings, and then they changed it for the Lorraine Fearless. I do eventually think that they will sell this. It'll probably come in normal crates. When? I don't know. But whilst the battle passes are out, do you want to see a new tank? Do you want to see another new tank into the game? Because I honestly think if Wargaming decide to change the battle pass tank at the end, obviously the AE Phase 1, and replace it with a different tank, and then sell the AE Phase 1, I honestly think then the people that have got the AE Phase 1 should be given this new tank as a gift. But honestly, right now, I don't think that this tank will ever come available to buy. So if you have got it, you're one of the lucky ones. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the new battle pass. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye. With